Good morning, dear learners. Myself, Yogesh Kanadi, lecturer at Dhule Charitable Societies Institute of Pharmacy, Devpur, Dhule. In previous lecture, we have completed the second type of administrative bodies, that is analytical, which are responsible for doing the testing or analysis of sample sent by Commissioner of Customs, courts, government analyst, which is responsible or under whose supervision or direction testing or analysis of drugs or cosmetics is carried out. In today's lecture, we will start with third type of administrative bodies, that is executive. In executive, drugs inspectors, licensing authorities, controlling authorities, and commissioner of customs come or custom officers. Let us start with the first one, that is drug inspector. In introduction chapter, under definitions, we have covered the definition of an inspector in relation to any other drug or cosmetic. Any other drug means in relation to a allopathic or a homeopathic medicine or cosmetic, a person appointed by central or state government under section 21, it is to be known as a inspector. The central or the state government, by notification in the official gazette, appoint a number of persons having the prescribed qualifications to be work as inspectors for a specified area which has been assigned to them. सेंट्रल किंवा स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंट काय करेल, ॲज पर दियर रिक्वायरमेंट दे विल पब्लिश अ नोटिफिकेशन and according to the applications which has been received, the persons holding requisite qualifications will be appointed to the post of inspectors, and these inspectors will carry out their duties in an area which has been assigned to them. Nowadays, drug inspectors are appointed through the competitive examinations. If it is related with central government, then through MPSC examination, and if it has been appointed by a central government, then UPSC examinations. Let us see the qualifications, that is academic qualifications, which are essential or which has been prescribed under DNC Act 1940 in relation to drug inspector. The academic qualifications has been prescribed under Rule 49. Let us see the qualifications. A person to be appointed as an inspector should complete his graduation in pharmacy or pharmaceutical science or medicine with specialization in clinical pharmacology or microbiology from an Indian university. A person willing to serve as an inspector, he should complete his graduation, that is degree, in pharmacy, pharmaceutical chemistry, or medicine, along with specialization in clinical pharmacology or microbiology from an Indian university. Now, a person who is holding the requisite qualification as per clause A, he is allowed to do the inspection of the manufacturing premises other than Schedule C drugs. एखादा इन्स्पेक्टर ज्याच्याकडे डिग्री असेल आणि स्पेशलायझेशन असेल ॲज पर क्लॉज ए, तर मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग प्रिमायसेसचं तो इन्स्पेक्शन करू शकतो, पण शेड्यूल C1 ड्रग्ज जर त्या ठिकाणी मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग करत असतील then he required an additional qualifications. A person to be appointed as an inspector to inspect the manufacture of the substances mentioned in Schedule C. Schedule C stands for biological products. For example, vaccines, antibiotics administered by parental route of administration, sera, etc. Then for this, in case of Schedule C, he should hold a qualification which has been specified in clause 1 that we have seen previous one. Along with that, he should also have additional qualifications. First additional qualification, not less than 18 months experience in manufacture of at least one of the substances specified in Schedule C. In case of Schedule C, the first additional qualification is that he should have 1.5 year experience from a manufacturing department where Schedule C drugs are manufactured. Second one, not less than 18 months experience in testing at least one of the substances specified in Schedule C in an approved laboratory. Either he should have manufacturing experience of 18 months or he should have 18 months experience in testing of your Schedule C drugs in an approved laboratory. Or the third additional qualification, he has gained not less than 3 years experience in inspection of firms where Schedule C drugs are manufactured during the tenure of their services as drug inspectors. Now, if a person who has been recently appointed as an inspector under the senior drug inspector who is doing the inspection of firms manufacturing Schedule C drugs, under his guidance and experience, if he has gained 3 years experience, then he is eligible to be appointed as a drug inspector. But these requirements of academic qualifications will not be applicable to a person who has been appointed before 18th October 1993. एखादी व्यक्ती 1993च्या अगोदर म्हणजे 18 ऑक्टोबर 1993च्या अगोदर जर ड्रग इन्स्पेक्टर म्हणून जर अपॉइंट केलेलं असेल स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंट किंवा सेंट्रल गव्हर्नमेंट, अशा व्यक्तींसाठी ह्या क्वालिफिकेशन्स ॲप्लिकेबल नाहीत. बट अ पर्सन टू बी अपॉइंटेड आफ्टर 18th October 1993, these qualifications are essential one. Let us revise them one by one. First qualification, graduate in pharmacy or pharmaceutical sciences or medicine with specialization in clinical pharmacology or microbiology from an Indian university. In case of Schedule C drugs, that is biological products, a person to be appointed as an inspector should hold additional qualifications. There are 3 additional qualifications. First one, 18 months experience in manufacture of Schedule C drugs or 18 months experience in testing of Schedule C drugs or not less than 3 years experience in inspection of firms manufacturing Schedule C drugs during their tenure as drug inspectors. These qualifications are prescribed under DNC Act 1940 for a person to be appointed as drug inspector. Then next we will see the powers. What are the powers of drug inspector? It has been specified in section 22 under DNC Act 1940. Let us see the powers of inspectors. First power which has been given is inspect. Inspect means to carry out the inspection. An inspector periodically will carry out the inspection of any premises where any drug or cosmetic is manufactured. Means within the area which has been assigned to him, in that area if there is a manufacturing industry or manufacturing company, then inspector at least twice in a year will do the inspection of that premises, and he will check the methods employed for standardization as well as for testing of drug or cosmetic. In the similar way, he will also carry out the inspection of any premises which has been used for selling, stocking or for distribution of any drug or cosmetic. In a premises where the drug has been sold, it has been stocked for the purpose of selling, or it has been stocked for the purpose of distribution, these premises will be periodically inspected by an inspector. That is the first power of inspector. Second power, that is to take samples of any drug or cosmetic. A drug inspector will collect the sample of any drug or cosmetic which has been manufactured or which has been sold or stocked for testing and analysis. Means from a manufacturing premises as well as from a retail premises, a drug inspector will take random samples of drug or cosmetic for testing and analysis. Then next power, search any person. A drug inspector, where he has reason to believe that a person has committed or is being committed any offense in respect to chapter 4 of DNC Act 1940, such persons will be searched by an inspector. म्हणजे जर ड्रग इन्स्पेक्टरला वाटतंय की एखाद्या व्यक्तीने क्राईम केला आहे किंवा एखाद्या व्यक्तीने क्राईम करण्याच्या तयारीत आहे एखाद्या ड्रग किंवा कॉस्मेटिकच्या रिलेशनमध्ये, तर अशा व्यक्तींना शोधण्याचं काम कोणाचं? दॅट इज द वर्क ऑफ, दॅट इज द power of an inspector. Search any person who he has reason to believe that an offense has been committed or is being committed in respect of any drug or cosmetic. In the same way, an inspector can enter and search any reason where he has genuine reason that at such place an offense has been committed or is being committed in relation to any drug or cosmetic. Stop and search any vehicle. the vehicles which has been used for distribution of drug or cosmetic, such vehicles, if they have been used for committing any offense, then such vehicles will be searched by an inspector. Next, order in writing. Order in writing power means a person in possession of the drug or cosmetic in respect of which the offense has been or is being committed, then such drug or cosmetic will not be disposed by the proprietor for a specified period of 20 days or unless further orders has been received from the inspector. एखाद्या व्यक्ती ज्याच्याकडे एखादं ड्रग किंवा कॉस्मेटिकचं पोझेशन, त्याला आपण म्हणतो प्रोप्रायटर, त्या प्रोप्रायटरने त्या ड्रग किंवा कॉस्मेटिक रिलेटेड जर एखादा ऑफेन्स कमिट केलेला असेल किंवा एखादा रूल जर ब्रेक केलेला असेल, तर अशा वेळेस ड्रग इन्स्पेक्टर त्याला ऑर्डर इन रायटिंग, त्याला नोटीस म्हणतात की अंटिल फर्दर ऑर्डर्स और फॉर अ पिरियड ऑफ 20 days you will not sell that drug or cosmetic in relation to which the offense has been committed. I will give a simple example. Suppose during the inspection of a retail premises, the inspector has collected a random sample or a random medicine has been picked up. During the inspection, he comes to know that proper labeling as per rules and regulations is not available. त्या ड्रगवर जे काही लेबल आहे, जे DNC ॲक्ट रूल्स प्रमाणे पाहिजे त्या रूल्स प्रमाणे त्याचं लेबलिंग केलेलं नाही आहे. अशा वेळेस ड्रग इन्स्पेक्टर त्याला एक ऑर्डर देतो रायटिंगमध्ये की 20 दिवसापर्यंत हे गुड्स म्हणजे ही मेडिसिन किंवा हा ड्रग तू सेल करू शकत नाही, किंवा जोपर्यंत हे लेबलिंग डिफेक्ट्स रिमूव्ह करत नाही तोपर्यंत यू कॅनॉट डू द सेल ऑफ दॅट ड्रग और कॉस्मेटिक. दॅट इज द पॉवर दॅट इज नोन एज गिव्ह ऑर्डर इन रायटिंग. नेक्स्ट वन, सीज द स्टॉक. सीज द स्टॉक म्हणजे काय? कॅन एनीबडी टेल मी व्हॉट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ सीज? सीज म्हणजे जमा करणे, स्वतःच्या कस्टडीमध्ये घेणे, त्याला आपण म्हणतो सीज करणे. मग एखाद्या ड्रग किंवा कॉस्मेटिक बद्दल ज्याच्याशी रिलेटेड क्राईम झालेला आहे किंवा ऑफेन्स कंडक्ट केलेला असेल, असे आर्टिकल्स ड्रग किंवा कॉस्मेटिक, द ड्रग इन्स्पेक्टर विल कॅरी आउट द प्रोसेस ऑफ सीज. नाव द प्रोसिजर ऑफ सीज we will see in the later on topic in detail that what is the procedure to be followed by inspector when he is going to seize the stock of any drug or cosmetic. In this power, just remember that inspector will seize the stock of such drug or cosmetic. Along with that, he can also seize any record, registers or documents which has been used for committing any offense or which has been breaking the rules and regulations prescribed under chapter 4 of DNC Act 1940. Then next, a inspector during inspection will also examine any record, register, document or any other material object found with any person or in any place or in any vehicle. Whenever a inspector is doing the inspection of the premises, inspection of a vehicle, along with that whatever documents, registers, articles which are available at that premises or in a vehicle, it is going to be thoroughly inspected by an inspector. Along with that, an inspector can give an order to the person or to the owner to furnish any record, register or other document which he has reason to believe that offense has been committed or is being committed. ऑफिसमध्ये बसून समजा फॉर एक्झाम्पल एखाद्या कस्टमरने जर कंप्लेंट केली असेल एखाद्या रिटेलर शॉपबद्दल, then inspector from his office can give an order to such retailer that you furnish me such and such documents. I have reason or I have received a complaint that a offense is committed to your premises. He can, whatever stocks that are going to be verified from the records and registers only. Therefore, it can be demanded by an inspector at any time where he has reason to believe that an offense is committed at such premises. That is the power, that is give the order to produce any documents, registers or records. Last power, he can exercise any other powers which are necessary for the implementation of rules and regulations prescribed under Chapter 4 of DNC Act 1940. चॅप्टर 4A मध्ये जे काही रूल्स अँड रेग्युलेशन्स प्रिस्क्राईब केलेले ते प्रॉपरली इम्प्लिमेंट करण्यासाठी याच्या व्यतिरिक्त ही इज रिक्वायरिंग अन ॲडिशनल पॉवर्स दॅट कॅन बी यूज्ड बाय अन इन्स्पेक्टर. These are the total 9 powers of your drug inspectors. First one, that is inspection. Second, to take the samples for testing and analysis. Then search any person, enter and search any place, search and stop any vehicle, give order in writing, seize the stock, examination of any registers, records, give order in writing to a person to produce certain documents, and exercise such other powers. Now let us see the next one, that is duties of drug inspector. Duties of drug inspector in DNC Act are divided into two parts. The first part, that is in relation to a selling premises. Selling premises means where the drugs are purchased and it has been sold to an another. For example, if it is a wholesaler, he will purchase it from the super stockist, CNF agent, and it is going to sell to the retailer or to the stockist. The retailer will purchase and again carry out the sale to the customer. मग ज्या ठिकाणी फक्त ड्रग सेल केल्या जातात त्याच्याशी रिलेशन मध्ये इन्स्पेक्टरच्या ड्युटीज काय काय आहेत, दॅट इज द फर्स्ट पार्ट. सेकंड पार्ट, that is in relation to manufacturing of drugs. A premises where the drugs are periodically manufactured and then it is sold. Such premises, what are the duties of an inspector? First we will see in relation to sale of drugs, and it is given in Rule 51 of DNC Rules 1945. Once in a year, inspector is going to carry out the inspection licensed for sale of drugs within the area assigned to him. In his area, a premises which has been licensed for sale of drug, such premises will be inspected by an inspector. Second duty, during inspection, he will satisfy that the conditions of the license are observed or not. If it is a wholesale license, what are the conditions? Retail license, conditions of the license, that we will see in chapter 4a, that is relating to, we will see in the next part, that is related with sale of drugs other than homeopathic medicines. Here just remember that every license, whether it is a wholesale, retailer, restricted license, distribution from a motor vehicle, etc., these licenses are allowed along with certain prescribed conditions. These conditions are to be fully followed by a licensee. Third one, if such premises where imported drugs are sold, then the inspector will collect the samples of such imported drugs and send them to the state laboratories or to the government analyst for testing and analysis. Next one, if a inspector receives any complaint, then it is going to be investigated by an inspector. समजा एखादा कंझ्युमर आहे, त्याने एखाद्या रिटेलर बद्दल जर कंप्लेंट केली असेल इन्स्पेक्टरकडे, तर इन्स्पेक्टरची ड्यूटी आहे की ती कंप्लेंट खरी आहे का खोटी आहे, दॅट इज टू बी इन्व्हेस्टिगेटेड बाय अन इन्स्पेक्टर. नेक्स्ट वन, if a person unable to observe the conditions of the license, then inspector can file complaint against such persons into the court, that is to institute prosecutions in respect of breaches of the act and rules thereunder. During inspection, he will also inspect all the records which are maintained in relation to stock of drugs or cosmetics. He can detain imported packages which he has reason to contain drugs, the import of which is prohibited. ज्या ड्रग्सचा इम्पोर्ट प्रोहिबिटेड आहे आणि त्याला रिटेल प्रिमायसेसमध्ये जर असे इम्पोर्टेड ड्रग्स जर सापडत असतील जे बॅन्ड आहे इंडियामध्ये, then he can detain the proprietor from selling such imported drugs. These are the duties of inspector in relation to sale of drugs. Next one, in relation to manufacture of drugs. In relation to manufacture of drugs, first one, same, to inspect not less than once a year all premises licensed for manufacture of drugs or cosmetics within the area allotted to him. Next, to satisfy himself that the conditions of the license are being observed, म्हणजे जे मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग लायसन्सेस इश्यूड केलेले आहेत त्याच्या ज्या काही कंडिशन्स आहेत, that conditions are followed by the licensee. Next one, if the manufacturer has been issued a license for manufacturing of your schedule C and C1 drugs, then the inspector is going to inspect the means employed for the standardizing and testing the drug or cosmetics, the methods for storage of such drugs, technical qualification of the staff, details of location, construction and administration likely to affect the purity of the product or drug. Inspector will send to the controlling authority after each inspection a detailed report indicating the condition of the license, and provisions of the act and rules are being observed and the conditions which are not being observed. मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग प्रिमायसेसचं इन्स्पेक्शन झाल्यानंतर इन्स्पेक्टर त्याचा रिपोर्ट कंट्रोलिंग ऑथॉरिटीला सबमिट करेल. त्याच्यामध्ये तो सगळ्या नोट डाऊन्स करेल की कोणते रूल्स अँड रेग्युलेशन्स फॉलो केल्या जात आहेत, कोणते रूल्स अँड रेग्युलेशन्स फॉलो केल्या जात नाही. ही विल प्रिपेअर अ डिटेल रिपोर्ट and that report of inspection is going to be submitted to the controlling authority for further decisions. Inspector can collect the samples of drug or cosmetics manufactured on the premises and send them for test or analysis. These are the duties of drug inspector in relation to manufacture of drugs. Then the last topic that we are going to see in today's lecture in case of inspector, procedure of inspectors for taking samples of drug or cosmetics for testing or analysis and their dispatch to government analyst. The method to be followed by an inspector while collecting samples from a retail premises, selling premises or from a manufacturing premises, and method to be followed for sending such samples to the government analyst. We will divide this procedure into two parts. The first part will see method of collecting samples for testing or analysis, and the second part we will see the method of dispatching such samples to the laboratories for testing or analysis. Let us see the first part. Procedure for taking samples of drugs or cosmetics for testing and analysis. Intimation. Intimation means to inform. An inspector will intimate the purpose of test or analysis to a person from whom he is taking a sample of drug or cosmetic in form 17 in writing. ज्या व्यक्तीकडनं इन्स्पेक्टर सॅम्पल कलेक्ट करणारे टेस्टिंग किंवा ॲनालिसिस करण्यासाठी त्या व्यक्तीला तो इंटिमेशन देईल, म्हणजे इन्फॉर्मेशन देईल. आणि ती इन्फॉर्मेशन कशात देणार? रायटिंगमध्ये देत असताना तो फॉर्मॅट जो आहे काही आहे फॉर्म 17चा, तो फॉर्म 17 यूज करणार. दॅट इज इंटिमेशन टू पर्सन फ्रॉम whom sample is taken. After intimation, the number of samples which are going to be collected, inspector shall tender the fair price and acquire a acknowledgement for taking of a sample. जेवढे तो सॅम्पल रिटेल प्रिमायसेस किंवा मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग प्रिमायसेस मधून इन्स्पेक्टर कलेक्ट करणार आहे त्याची जी काही रिटेल प्राइस असेल, प्राइस ऑफ दॅट मेडिसिन और फॉर्म्युलेशन, that price is going to be paid by the inspector to a person. ज्या व्यक्तीकडनं इन्स्पेक्टर सॅम्पल कलेक्ट करतोय त्या व्यक्तीला he is going to pay the price. Along with that, from such person he is going to take the acknowledgement that I have collected such and such sample from your premises. If a tender fair price which has been decided by an inspector has been refused, the inspector shall fill up form 17A from the person. समजा इन्स्पेक्टरने जे आधीच्या पॉईंटमध्ये आपण बघितलं की इन्स्पेक्टर एक फेअर प्राइस पे करणार आहे त्या सॅम्पल्सची त्या व्यक्तीला ज्याच्याकडनं तो सॅम्पल्स कलेक्ट करतोय. पण समजा त्या व्यक्तीने जर रिफ्यूज केलं की मला ही प्राइस नकोय, टेंडर फेअर प्राइस नकोय, मग अशा वेळेस इन्स्पेक्टर फॉर्म 17A त्याच्याकडनं फिलअप करून घेईल, त्याच्यावर त्याच्या सिग्नेचर्स असतील, ऑफिशियल सील असेल, एक्सेट्रा. फॉर्म 17A इट इज यूज्ड रिसिप्ट फॉर सॅम्पल्स ऑफ ड्रग्स ऑर कॉस्मेटिक्स टेकन वेअर फेअर प्राइस has been rejected or refused by the person. Now the person from whom he is taking the samples, in front of such person or in presence of such person, the inspector will divide the samples. Now if it has been collected from a retail premises means where the drugs are sold, wholesaler आला, retailer आला, restricted आला, etc. I have given you the example of retail premises where the drugs are sold or stock for sale. अशा premises मधून जर inspector sample collect करत असेल, then the sample is going to be divided into 4 equal portions, and if it is collected from a manufacturing premises, then the sample is going to be divided into 3 equal portions. Divide म्हणजे काय की समजा मला डिसइंटिग्रेशन टेस्ट करायची आहे. डिसइंटिग्रेशन टेस्ट करण्यासाठी सर समजा मला 5 टॅबलेट्स लागत असतील तर तो किती टॅबलेट्स घेतील? ही इज गोइंग टू टेक 15 टॅबलेट्स. मला पूर्ण टेस्टिंग आणि ॲनालिसिस करण्यासाठी जर एक स्ट्रीप लागणार असेल तर त्याला 3 पोर्शनमध्ये डिवाइड करायचं. म्हणजे किती स्ट्रीप कलेक्ट करेल तो? ही इज गोइंग टू कलेक्ट द 3 स्ट्रीप्स फ्रॉम द प्रिमायसेस. 4 पोर्शनमध्ये डिवाइड करत असेल देन ही इज गोइंग टू कलेक्ट 4 strips of that tablets. If it is a liquid preparation, then what is the procedure? He is going to collect 4 bottles, he is going to collect 3 bottles, etc. Now always remember that when the sample is to be collected, it should be collected from the same batch numbers. The batch number should not be different. Always a inspector takes a care that when he is collecting a sample, the samples which are collected can be a tablet, capsule, parentals, liquids, oral liquids, external preparation, etc. Whichever may be the drug or cosmetic, it should be from the same batch number. Clear? After the sample has been divided, the inspector will suitably mark the same, and as well as he is going to permit the person to add his own seal and mark on every portions of the samples collected. जेवढे सॅम्पल 4 किंवा 3 पोर्शन मध्ये डिवाइड केले, प्रत्येक पोर्शन ऑफ सॅम्पल इन्स्पेक्टर सुटेबली मार्क करेल, सिरियल नंबर देईल त्याला, इन्स्पेक्टर स्वतःच्या सीलने त्याला सीलिंग करणार आहे. त्याच्यासोबत ज्या व्यक्तीकडनं तुम्ही सॅम्पल कलेक्ट करताय किंवा ज्या प्रिमायसेसमध्ये तुम्ही सॅम्पल कलेक्ट करतायत त्या ठिकाणचा जो कोणी रिस्पॉन्सिबल व्यक्ती असेल तो सुद्धा प्रत्येक सॅम्पल सील करणार आहे विथ हिज ऑफिशियल सील अँड सिग्नेचर. ऑफिशियल सील मीन्स दॅट इज द प्रोप्रायटर स्टॅम्प. Then next one, if the drug or cosmetic is made up in the containers of small volume and which are likely to deteriorate or damage, inspector will take excess samples of such small volume drug or cosmetic where there are chances that it can be deteriorate during the transportation. As a precaution, he will take additional samples of such drug or cosmetic. Now up to this I think you have cleared it. सगळ्यात पहिले तो त्या पर्सन ज्याच्याकडनं तो सॅम्पल कलेक्ट करणार, ज्या प्रिमायसेसमधून सॅम्पल कलेक्ट करणार आहे त्याचा जो ओनर असेल त्याला तो इन्फॉर्मेशन प्रोव्हाइड करतो. इन्फॉर्मेशन फॉर्म 17 मध्ये दिल्या जाते. इन्फॉर्मेशन दिल्यानंतर जेवढे सॅम्पल कलेक्ट करणार आहे त्याची जी काही प्राइस असेल ती प्राइस इन्स्पेक्टर पे करतो, सॅम्पल कलेक्ट करतो, याचं ॲक्नॉलेजमेंट त्या व्यक्तीकडनं घेईल. समजा त्या व्यक्तीने ती फेअर प्राइस जर रिफ्यूज केली तर त्या व्यक्तीकडनं तो फॉर्म 17A फिलअप करून घेतो. त्याच्यानंतर त्याच्यासमोर ते सॅम्पल 4 किंवा 3 पोर्शन्समध्ये डिवाईड केलं जातं. डिवाईड झाल्यानंतर इन्स्पेक्टर ते सॅम्पल सील करतो. त्याच्यासोबत ज्या व्यक्तीकडनं ते सॅम्पल्स कलेक्ट केलेत ती व्यक्तीसुद्धा प्रत्येक सॅम्पल त्याच्या स्वतःच्या सिग्नेचर्सने सील करणार आहे. हे झाल्यानंतर डिस्ट्रीब्युशन ऑफ दिस सॅम्पल्स. नाउ व्हॉट इज द प्रोसिजर ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्युशन? One portion or one container of sample is given to the person from whom the sample has been taken. ज्या व्यक्तीकडनं ज्या प्रिमायसेसमधून तुम्ही सॅम्पल कलेक्ट करतायत त्या प्रिमायसेसचा जो कोणी रिस्पॉन्सिबल पर्सन असेल त्या पर्सनला तुम्ही एक पोर्शन ऑफ सॅम्पल इट इज हँडओव्हर. मी आधी सांगितलं की 4 पोर्शनमध्ये डिवाइड करतात. सेलिंग प्रिमायसेस असेल तर आणि मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग असेल तर 3 पोर्शन्समध्ये. तर एक पोर्शन कोणाला देतात? ज्या व्यक्तीकडनं तुम्ही सॅम्पल कलेक्ट करतायत. क्लिअर? सेकंड पोर्शन one portion or the other portion it is sent by the inspector to the government analyst for testing or analysis. One portion will be sent to the person whose name and address has been disclosed. Name and address has been disclosed means who is the manufacturer of that drug or cosmetic. जो सॅम्पल मी कलेक्ट केला आहे त्या सॅम्पलवर जे लेबलवर मला फाइंड आउट झालं की दिस XYZ इज द पर्सन ऑफ द मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग ऑफ दॅट ड्रग, त्या व्यक्तीला मी एक पोर्शन सेंड करतो. अँड लास्ट वन पोर्शन विल बी रिटेन बाय द इन्स्पेक्टर टू प्रोड्यूस्ड टू द कोर्ट इफ a case has been filed into the court. सॅम्पलचा रिपोर्ट आल्यानंतर त्या ड्रगचा रिपोर्ट आल्यानंतर जर फाइंड आउट झालं की तो अडल्ट्रेटेड आहे किंवा सबस्टँडर्ड ड्रग आहे तर अशा वेळेस इन्स्पेक्टर त्या व्यक्तीच्या किंवा त्या ओनरच्या अगेन्स्ट कोर्टामध्ये केस दाखल करतो. कोर्टामध्ये केस दाखल झाल्यानंतर त्या इन्स्पेक्टरला ते एक सॅम्पल कोर्टासमोर प्रोड्यूस करावं लागतं. दिस इज द डिस्ट्रीब्युशन ऑफ ऑल द 4 samples. Now a question may arise in your mind, okay sir, selling premises if it is collected then it is divided into 4 portions and according to that all the 4 portions are distributed. One it is given to the owner, one it is given to the government analyst for testing or analysis, one it is handover to the person whose name and address has been disclosed, and one portion will be retained by the inspector if to produce in future to produce in front of the court. Now tell me, manufacturing premises, a question may arise in your mind, sir, from a manufacturing premises if a sample is collected it is divided only in 3 portions, then how the distribution takes place? Always remember that in a manufacturing premises whenever a batch is manufactured, कधी लक्षात ठेवा की मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग प्रिमायसेसमध्ये जे ड्रग्स मॅन्युफॅक्चर्ड केल्या जातात प्रत्येक बॅचमधून एक स्पेसिफिक सॅम्पल्स मॅन्युफॅक्चररला रिटेन करावे लागतात अँड इट इज रिटेन फॉर अ पिरियड ऑफ 5 years फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग. ज्या तारखेला ती बॅच नंबर मॅन्युफॅक्चर झाली 1 lakh टॅबलेट्स 1000 बॉटल्स वॉट एव्हर इट मे बी, त्या टोटल बॅचसाठी जेवढं सॅम्पल रिक्वायर्ड आहे टेस्टिंग आणि ॲनालिसिस करण्यासाठी तेवढ्या प्रोपोर्शनमध्ये तेवढे सॅम्पल मॅन्युफॅक्चरला प्रिझर्व करायला लागतात प्रत्येक बॅचमधून. आणि हे किती वर्षासाठी प्रिझर्व करावं लागतं? इट इज प्रिझर्व फॉर अ पिरियड ऑफ 5 years फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग. मग ज्यावेळेस इन्स्पेक्टर मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग प्रिमायसेस मधून सॅम्पल कलेक्ट करणार आहे, तर जे लास्ट डिस्ट्रीब्युशन ऑफ सॅम्पल जे त्या डिस्ट्रीब्युशन ऑफ सॅम्पलमध्ये मॅन्युफॅक्चररला द्यायची गरज पडेल नाही. देर इज नो नीड टू गिव्ह द मॅन्युफॅक्चरर, कारण की 3 पोर्शनमध्ये मी डिवाइड केलं आहे. एक मी ऑलरेडी मॅन्युफॅक्चररला देईल, एक गव्हर्नमेंट ॲनालिस्टला सेंड करेल आणि एक इन्स्पेक्टर रिटेन करणार आहे टू प्रोड्यूस इन फ्रंट ऑफ द कोर्ट फॉर द फ्युचर प्रोसिडिंग्स. इन therefore in case of manufacturing premises, the sample is divided into 3 portions. I hope you have understood the procedure to be followed by an inspector while collecting the samples of drug or cosmetics from a retail premises or from a manufacturing premises. That is intimation, tender fair price and acknowledgement, fair price refused, then form 17A, selling premises, sample divided into 4 portions, manufacturing premises, sample divided into 3 portions, small volume containers, chances of deteriorate, take additional samples, distribution of the samples, 1 portion from the person whom you have taken the sample, 1 sent to the government analyst, 1 sent to the manufacturer, and 1 retained by the drug inspector. Now let us see the second part. Procedure for dispatch of drug or cosmetic to government analyst. आपण आधीच्या प्रोसिजरमध्ये बघितलं की जे एक पोर्शन जो आहे सॅम्पलचा तो इन्स्पेक्टर गव्हर्नमेंट ॲनालिस्टला सेंड करतो. मग गव्हर्नमेंट ॲनालिस्टला सेंड करत असताना त्याने कोणती प्रोसिजर फॉलो केल्या पाहिजे, that we are going to see in this part. The portion of a sample or the container sent by an inspector to the government analyst for test or analysis shall be sent by registered post or by hand in a sealed packet enclosed together with a memorandum in form 18 in an outer cover addressed to the government analyst. तो काय करेल, एका एनवलपमध्ये सॅम्पल आणि फॉर्म 18A, that is information given to the government analyst, both of them will be packed in an envelope. That envelope will be addressed in the name of government analyst. This envelope, it can be sent either by registered post or it can be sent by hand. Second, a copy of form 18 and specimen impression in a separate envelope will be sent by registered post or will be sent by hand. पहिल्या ओरिजिनल एनव्हलपमध्ये जो तुम्ही फॉर्म 18 टाकलाय त्या फॉर्म 18A ची एक झेरॉक्स कॉपी आणि प्रत्येक सॅम्पल सील करण्यासाठी तुम्ही जे तुमचं ऑफिशियल सील केलंय त्याचं स्पेसिमन इम्प्रेशन एक दुसऱ्या एनव्हलपमध्ये तुम्ही सील करणार and it will be sent by registered post or it is going to be sent by hand. That is the second part, that is procedure for dispatch of a sample of a drug or cosmetic. Then procedure for seize of stocks, records, register, documents, etc. काय प्रोसिजर फॉलो करायला पाहिजे की त्याच्या स्वतःच्या कस्टडीमध्ये जर त्याला कोणते ड्रग्स किंवा कॉस्मेटिक जर ताब्यात घ्यायचे असतील किंवा एखादा रेकॉर्ड किंवा रजिस्टर त्याच्या स्वतःच्या ताब्यात जर त्याला घ्यायचं असेल तर त्याने कोणती प्रोसिजर फॉलो केली पाहिजे. इफ इन्स्पेक्टर ascertains that the drug or cosmetic is in contravention of any rule or regulation or it is not of a standard quality, then he seizes the stock of the drug, any record, register, document or any other material object. Inspector shall as soon as possible inform it to the judicial magistrate and take his order for the custody of the same. If the contravention is of such a nature that the defect can be removed, defect can be removed means if it is in terms of labeling, the defect can be easily removed, then in such case whatever goods which has been seized, he will revoke the order of seize. But if the contravention is of such a nature that it cannot be removed, then it is compulsory seized. The stocks is going to be seized by an inspector. This is the procedure followed by an inspector for seize of stocks, records, registered documents or any other material objects. Now in this lecture, this is a very important topic, that is inspector. In your examination, qualifications of inspectors, powers, duties and the procedure to be followed for collecting samples is repeatedly asked in your examinations. In your annual examination, this part of inspector is having a weightage of 8 to 10 marks. In your annual examination, this part is having a weightage of 8 to 10 marks. All the points are important: qualifications, powers, duties, as well as the procedure to be followed for collecting samples for testing or analysis. In the next lecture, we will see the second part, that is remaining executive administrative bodies. Thank you.